Hey guys, this is Wicked Ante here. Now I understand many of you are struggling to get the latest console. But then the struggle becomes real. And you start second guessing yourself. Which console should I actually buy? Well, I'm here to help you with just that. I'll tell you what console is best for you. Let's go. I'm making this video because I often get asked, Yo VK, which console should I buy? Why do they ask me?
You know, I'm something of a
Gamer.
just myself.
But when they ask me, I always tell them it doesn't really matter. Just pick one and start playing. And then they ask me, but PlayStation has more games and it's expensive, and Xbox has Game Pass. Then I always say, it doesn't matter how much money you're spending if you enjoy what you're doing. Both are equally powerful and you can't go wrong with either one of them. And then they always tell me, they still don't understand is what I'm trying to say. So in this video, I'll list the advantages and the disadvantages of each console, and hopefully it will help you decide which console you should get. Unless you're filthy rich, then just get all of them. And while you're at it, also get my channel membership. Link in the description. Okay, let's look at our options first. We have the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, and the Nintendo Switch.
We don't do that.
Okay, just these options then. Okay, let's start from the very bottom, the Xbox Series S. This console costs around 35,000 in India right now, and it is definitive Xbox experience you could ask for, albeit with some lower fidelity. You see, the console promises to run games at 2K and at 60 FPS, but lately it has not been doing that. You can buy this if your budget is really low, but still I wouldn't recommend it. Dying Light 2, the game that came out recently, runs at 1080p at 30 FPS. Locked. You cannot change the settings. Just let that sink in. Alright, let's talk about the big boys, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. Now you all obviously know that I only own the PlayStation 5 right now, but I did have some hands-on experience with the Xbox Series X. And most of what both of these can do is almost similar. What separates them is the software. You buy consoles to play games. What a shocker. So which console you end up buying will depend totally on what kind of games you like to play. The PlayStation 5 is known for its groundbreaking exclusive titles like the Uncharted series, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, Gran Turismo 7, Last of Us 2. The Xbox is known for games like Halo, Forza, but they have Game Pass. Game Pass is a big deal because it's basically Netflix for video games and it works surprisingly well. If you are on a budget, then this model works perfectly for you. Get the Xbox Series X, get the Game Pass, and you are set. And it even offers backwards compatibility, so you also get more games to play. Microsoft is also very committed to this because they are offering day one releases to Xbox exclusive games that they come out. Now that they acquired Activision and Blizzard, there is also a chance that Call of Duty could launch every year for Game Pass day one instead of you having to buy it for 4,000 or 5,000 rupees. Only time will tell. Speaking of buying games, this is where the limitations of owning a PlayStation 5 come in. You see, with no solid subscription services like Game Pass, especially in India, you will have to buy the game at full price. And now that Sony demands a $10 for a PS5 upgrade, it's even more of a problem. Unlike the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, God, I fucking hate those names. Smart Delivery gives you the next generation version of any game you buy at no extra cost. So you have to pick what works for you. But of course, there is the hardware. Both have very different designs and some of the accessories work differently. Let's start with the design. The PlayStation 5 here looks like an alien spaceship from the future. And not many are fan of the white and black color combination, but I like it. It's different from the previous iterations. But if you are still like,
does it come in black?
Then yes, Sony is officially selling black plates and black controllers, so you can fill your desires, you emo bitch. I don't know why I'd call my audience bitch. Speaking of black, Xbox Series X does come only in black and looks like a fridge. I'm serious, it does look like a fridge. So much so that Xbox even gave out Xbox Series X fridge to some of their fans. The most unique thing about this generation of consoles is that both are primarily designed to stand up as opposed to laying down. You can still lay them down, but they look weird in my opinion. Especially the Xbox Series X. In conclusion, the Xbox Series X blends in and is sleeker, but the PS5 will turn eyes and demand your attention. Something you might want to consider when you're buying one of these consoles. The controllers are where the differences are even more present. Sony introduced the DualSense controller and ditched the DualShock controller. The DualSense controller is fantastic and some of these features are incredible. Notably the adaptive triggers and the haptic feedback. Basically you feel the tension of any gun or weapon on the trigger and works surprisingly well. And the haptics recreate the feelings of surrounding, like rain or walking on grass versus ice, etc. The Xbox controller is just a standard controller, which still uses AA batteries, so you better stock up. Some prefer the ergonomics of the Xbox controller, but honestly, Sony has done a fantastic job with the DualSense controller. The way these consoles handle expandable storage is also very unique. Microsoft has made their proprietary expansion cards that are basically plug and play. You stick one on the back and you are ready to go. Sony on the other hand has a few extra steps. You have to open up the console a little bit to stick one of these SSDs, but that also means that you can stick any brand to expand your storage. This is also something you can consider because the game sizes aren't getting small anytime soon. At the end of the day, there's no clear answer to which console you should buy. If you are a budget gamer, then buy Xbox and then you don't have to spend much more for the games. They will come to you on Game Pass. Plus you have all the previous Xbox libraries that are backwards compatible. But on the other hand, if you want to experience the latest and the most happening titles which are dominating the industry like God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Spider-Man 2, then PS5 is your best bet. And it makes it really difficult to recommend Xbox to those people because I'd be pretty bummed out if I miss out on those titles. Xbox has Halo Infinite, which had a very murky launch. It had a delay of 1 year and yet it still did not launch with the much awaited co-op mode. Xbox does have some promising lineup and they did release some good games like Psychonauts, Forza 5, Hellblade 2 is coming out. All of this will be day 1 on Game Pass, but I wouldn't hold my breath. So pick your poison, because at the end of the day, it depends on what kind of games you want to play on the consoles. If you want to answer from me, I would still recommend the PlayStation 5. That is if you manage to get one. I hope this clears out any doubts you had about which consoles to buy in 2022. If you still have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments below, right below the like button. Also don't forget to hit the subscribe button along with the bell icon so you don't miss out on my next video. A huge shout out to all my channel members who have supported me on my work. I've also introduced 2 new membership tiers which I'll update in the community post, so don't miss it. That's all I have for you today guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video.